Well, fellow Bulldogs, it's hard to say goodbye to Larry. And it's hard of us to be at this final tribute to a person that's been our voice for over 40 years. I know that there's no announcer in the country or in college athletics it's ever meant more to the alumni and to the supporters of their institution than Larry Munson has meant for Georgia. Every Bulldog lived, died, worried, hoped for a miracle, got the picture with Munson. He delivered our triumphs and our tragedies, our thrills and our agonies, and he did it in a variety of ways. He did it for all of those who were at the game watching and listening with Munson in their earplugs, or at home, those who were watching television with the sound on and the radio on, listening to Larry, or those who never attended or watched the game, but had 50-yard line seats listening to Larry on the radio in their homes. He touched us all in many different ways. Those that knew him personally, and we all did in our own way, will have stories that will be told for a lifetime and for generations to come. As Bulldogs, we're also proud, not only did we think Munson was the greatest, but the whole sports world admired his talent and unique style. This was evident by the fact that he won numerous national broadcasting awards. It was my third year at Georgia as head coach in 1966 that Larry appeared on the Bulldog scene. And what a way to start, because that year we won the SEC championship his very first year. We had lost a great Bulldog announcer in Ed Felinius, and we were searching for a replacement. The one and only Dan McGill talked to Coach E's, our athletic director, and to me, promoting Munson, who had just left Nashville, where he had called bandy, football, and basketball for years. He was going to Atlanta to be an announcer for the Braves. Dan said that Munson was a little earthy, but a real pro that could think on his feet. So we listened to a tape of Munson doing a bandy Tennessee game. It came down to the final seconds with Vandy kicking a field goal to win the game. Munson excitingly called it. He hit it. Watch it. Watch it. Oh my God, that dumb SOB missed it. Munson quickly turned to the Vandy color man and said, "Scott, here, we're on the air. You can't talk that way." Anybody who could think that fast, we wanted him on our team, so we hired him on the spot. I was proud that Larry announced my games 23 out of the 25 years that I coached, and I'm glad that I didn't have to listen to him while I was coaching. He was crazy. Most of the male fathers anyway, with Munson embellishment. For instance, the Wonder Dogs of '78 that some of you remember, there were 5 games in which 7 points decided the outcome. The Georgia Tech game that year, for instance, was 29-28. The Kentucky game, we were down 16-14, and we started a drive from the 10-yard line with about 3 minutes left. Munson started counting down 374 seconds, 373 seconds. We go all the way down to the 12-yard line, and I sent that kid in from Marietta, Rex Robinson, to kick the field goal, and Munson lines up and says, watch it, yeah. He never did announce that he made it. Half the people in his listening never knew it. And then in Jacksonville, we just saw where we live, 3rd and 12. Our unbeaten streak was about to be broken. Florida fans were celebrating. And I listened to the call later. And Munson said we came out of the huddle and that Florida is going to stand up 5. What in the hell is a stand-up 5? I've been coaching a long time and I've never known what a stand-up 5 is. And then he said they may or may not blitz. Now that was a great observation. They were going to, they were not going to. What else did they do? The buck was back, he scrambled, I was hoping for a first down. He hits Lindsay, and then I thought, man, we got more than a first down. And then Lindsay started running up the bench beside me, and I outran him for 10 yards. He passed me, and then run, Lindsay, Lindsay Scott. And then there's Munson the pessimist. The word Munson in the dictionary will be defined as a pessimist. He's the only guy I ever knew that made me look like an optimist. Many times on the games, on the road, I'd come out of the hotel and I'd be feeling good. Nice day, and Munson would spot me, and he'd come up with his cigar that he loved. And he'd always have me downwind. And he'd start smoking the cigar, blowing it in my face. He's saying, how are we going to stop their wide receivers? We don't have any speed at the cornerback. And then he'd blow another smoke. I said, Larry, get out of here. My stomach would be turning. Then there's Munson the fisherman. Loved to fish. First fishing show ever was in Nashville. And I've been with him several times fishing. And we never caught any fish. Because the wind was too strong. Or the water's too dirty. But it was fun being with him because he fished like he called games. And several times he'd talk to the worm. Hunker down, worm, but still no fish. He used to take me to Lake Lochapoka. And I told him, and I found out later, that Lochapoka was an Indian name, meaning no fish. And Larry went to hunt, and Barb and I went over after a pheasant hunt, and he was cooking, and we brought everything else. Barbara says, we'll be there at 6:30. He said, hell no, I'm in bed at 6:30. So we went at 4:30. But he was in bed watching sports and the movies, because he met every Sunday with that beautiful group of young ladies, none of whom could ever be over 30 or they didn't stay in the group. And he by far surpassed all of the national movie critics that I've ever known, but they never had a group like Larry did to inspire him. And Munson had his boys, Michael and Jonathan, whom we watched grow up. They often came out of the house with Michael being infatuated with our Siberian husky at the time, Natasha, that didn't like Barbara. But Michael kept us informed as Larry's health declined, and after a hospital bout, we went by to see him, and we were greeted at the door. Well, not greeted. A guy opened the door, was a bodyguard, that looked like one of Coach Rick's nose tackles, with a mean look. And Barbara shouted, we are the Dooleys. He said, I don't care who you are. But Matt Munson shouted, let him in. And we went in. And at first he didn't seem to have that Munson spark. But then we started discussing the upcoming technique. And he got it back. How are we going to stop their running game? How are we going to stop the wishbone? Well, we had a wonderful visit, and I left. But I left my umbrella there. Thank goodness, because Michael called me, which gave me a chance to go back one more time. And there, when I came in on a Saturday, which was the off Saturday, he was in the bed nearby his old friend, David Hayes. And they had the TV on, getting ready for a great day of college football. And I got to see him one last time before he ascended into Bulldog heaven, where he is now, scouting out the playing fields and the fishing lakes up there with the master coach. We all love Larry. We're going to miss that. God bless the Bulldog Nation, and God bless Larry Munson.